This is what you might have missed on BCSN's Sports Nightly.
It's time for your weekly racing report brought to you by Toledo Speedway. I'm CJ Perry alongside Steve Ronkwitz, and it was an extremely busy weekend for us for BCSN Sunday night at the races. We were at Toledo on Friday, Sandusky Saturday, and Steve, you and I had the pleasure of doing the Erie County Fair Demolition Derby.
We did. I don't think I can hear still.
Yeah.
It was loud.
What?
We were right there in the action.
What?
It was a great time. We had a really good time.
I hope we get to do it again. Boy, it was a humdinger at Toledo Speedway on Friday. The Gold Cup Series finale, the Miller Lite 100. Jeff Gannis looking to wrap up his championship. Of course, Dakota Carlson was the defending champion in that series from last year. Really not a factor this year. Jeff Gannis, how fast was he though? In qualifying, he was okay, but I don't think we thought he'd have the dominating car that he did until about lap 61.
We've seen Gannis all year long. No matter where he's gone, he's been fast. He's fast qualifier. He goes to a racetrack. He went to Kalamazoo on Wednesday. He was fast at Kalamazoo. He won the race at Kalamazoo. He comes to Toledo. He's fast. Everywhere Jeff Gannis has gone, he's been fast all year long.
And it was just one of those races because once Jeff Gannis, something broke in his rear end, and that sort of kind of set the tone after that because there was lots of cautions, lots of oil downs, power steering fluid all over the place. So Jeff Gannis breaks. He's out of the race. He still wins his championship by a pretty healthy margin. Dakota Carlson sort of comes from the middle of the pack, took control of this race. By lap 74, he basically checked out. Brad Riethmeyer would put up a good fight, and remind you, he only had one gear left in his car. So Riethmeyer did put up a fight, but Dakota Carlson, how fast was he for the last 25, 30 laps of this race?
He got it figured out at the end. Really very quick car.
In the XCar division, it was their season championship night. Little drama coming in there too. Greg Stute had a lead over Tommy O'Leary. O'Leary doesn't make the call, whereas when have you ever seen Tommy O'Leary not make the call for a race? So
I think he was all hyped up for the Sportsman race.
Yeah, that's right. He was running in the late model Sportsman now. So Greg Stute and Dennis Wisman are locked in this epic battle for most of the race. Stute can't get past traffic. They get into lap traffic. 2 laps to go. Dennis Wisman has the lead. 1 lap to go. Craig Ozenbaugh sitting right in the middle, dead in the water. Greg Stute goes wide. Wisman takes the wrong line. Stute gets the win and the championship.
I just loved it. It was like the parting of the Red Sea. There was Ozenbaugh sitting there. One car went one way, one went the other one. Greg Stute was the guy who picked the right lane. Wisman didn't.
In the late model Sportsman feature, trouble rearing its ugly head. We had weather moving in, so we had to get this feature in as quickly as possible. Mike Young comes in with the points lead. Only 1 race to go in their division, so Mike Young looking to wrap up the championship. Jim Froling just 15 points behind. I think Mike Young, though, may have sealed the championship with the way that this feature went down.
Well, the talk around the racetrack was that Mike Young had been points racing for about the last 4 weeks, and as he was points racing, much like playing prevent defense in football, what happens? Nothing good. Everybody sneaks up on you.
Jim Froling to kind of come in and shrink that gap.
But unfortunately, Froling had some big problems during that race, and once he was out of the race, Mike Young, he kind of extended that lead.
Right, Ron Allen would win the feature. Jim Froling and Mike Young would make contact. Jim Froling would take exception to that. Yeah, he came back in, made a nuisance of himself, but he was black flagged. He was off the track. Mike Young, I think he's pretty comfortable heading into the season finale. All right, we turn our attention to Sandusky Speedway. We had the MSA Super Modifieds in town headlining the show. How often do you see a Super Modified race, first of all, go 30 clean and green like that? But Jim Paler walked away to a 5-second victory on a track where you turn, say, 15-second left.
Yeah, you never see that at Sandusky Speedway. Paler had that all worked out. He was so fast. Charging Charlie Schultz, he was charging the whole race, but he never found his way there. Like you said, it was at 5 seconds much of that race. I think it ended up about 3 at the end because he made up some ground. But for most of that race, he wasn't even the same.
That was the classic definition of a walkaway. He ended up almost lapping John Hennis, who was in 4th spot, so that's how good he was. In the modified division, Mike Shepard leading wire to wire. He gets the pole position. Mark Bott spun him out, but Mark Bott's a classy guy. He took responsibility for that, goes to the tail end of the field. After that, Shepard was really never seriously challenged.
Now, Joe Quinn would end up in 2nd. He never really even got a smell of that victory. Right. Kenny Sharp, we kept waiting for Sharp to make his move. He was making moves again, but he never was getting anywhere.
Yeah, he never really got out of that pack of traffic. He ended up finishing 3rd, but yeah, his streak was broken because he's been so dominant there. All right, for Steve Ronkwitz, I'm CJ Perry. It's been a blast. This was our final racing report. Back to you guys.
Be sure to watch Sports Nightly weeknights at 10:30 on BCSN and follow us on Twitter at sports_nightly.